Good morning. Oh, honey. You're upside down. Good morning, my sunshine. Yeah, hi. Well, good morning, everybody, and happy Monday. So today is the Monday right after the Renaissance Fair that we went to in Miami. And I'm currently unpacking my suitcase because I did not do that yesterday. I should have done it yesterday, but I didn't. I did put on a little bit of makeup today, mostly because I have not been feeling, I don't know, not exactly like not myself, but I just haven't been feeling great. And so I thought I would go ahead and try to break myself out of the funk, invest a little time and effort in my appearance, although I'm wearing a shirt with like a grease spot on it, so there's that. But it is an exercise shirt. I woke up this morning late because I got like less than 5 hours of sleep last night. Inexplicably, I could not get to sleep last night. I don't know why, but that's how it was last night. It was really difficult for me to get to sleep last night, so I woke up this morning and I did not feel like going for my run. So I'm still debating either going like now or later tonight or running tomorrow instead. I haven't decided yet. However, I had to say a long list, but I do have kind of a lengthy list of things I want to do today. And I wanted to make the list even longer by vlogging today because I thought it might be interesting for you guys to see what a day in my life when I am like spring cleaning, what that looks like for me. So I woke up this morning. I woke up. It's now 9 o'clock and I've done basically nothing today. I've had breakfast and I have like made my list for the day. So I do have a somewhat, I hate to say large, but it is kind of not small, but I do have a list of things that I want to accomplish today. Today's going to be a filming day for our spring cleaning series. I have a video I need to edit. I would like to exercise at some point. One of my things that I've been doing lately is if I am editing, I will edit at my desk and I will walk on the treadmill while I'm editing. And it seems to be working. I'm getting at least 30 minutes. Usually it's closer to an hour or even an hour and a half when I'm editing. It kind of depends on the length of the video, but it is nice to get some steps in while I'm doing that. I would always rather be walking outside, but it's easier to multitask when I'm in the house. Anthony is currently mopping downstairs, which is very kind of him. I did not ask him to do that. I was planning on doing that today, but it's one less thing off my list. So I am very grateful to him for doing that, especially without me asking him to. So I think I said today is going to be a filming day for our spring cleaning series. Today I'm planning on tackling the living room, but we also need to start preparing for the next video, which is going to be the floors. And I called a local carpet cleaning service last week and I made an appointment for them to come tomorrow. So they're coming tomorrow morning at like 8 o'clock in the morning to get all of the carpet in the house. We need to vacuum. So that's going to be the big thing today. The living room thing is going to be a major project, and then vacuuming. I'm not going to do it all, but I am going to do a lot of it because everybody else is working. So a lot of it falls to me, which is, fine, but I'm not going to vacuum other bedrooms. I will vacuum the loft, the staircase, the hallway, my room and closet, the library, but like Emma's room, Thomas's room, they're gonna have to do theirs. Oh, now that I think about it, we also need to move furniture. So we may be working into the evening hours tonight, but you know what? It's okay. I'm glad I'm thinking about this now. So I just thought that I would vlog and show you what a day in my life looks like when I am tackling some of these major projects, because it is a busier day. I have already had breakfast. I am working on another cup of coffee. The cat is asking for third breakfast. She's asking kind of nicely though, so I think I might give it to her. but I think we're gonna go ahead and get started tackling the list. The suitcase is unpacked. I have just started a load of laundry. I've talked long enough for the start of this video. I'm gonna go ahead and head downstairs and we can kind of get started on our list in earnest. So just coming out to the loft, I'm seeing all the things that I need to move so that the carpet cleaner can actually clean the carpet. These comforters have been air drying for like a week. I need to fold them and put them away. The green chair that's under this white lump, I want to put somewhere, and then maybe that table I can put up somewhere. Usually I think we put this end table up on the couch. I want to try to do that again if we can, and then just kind of open up the floor space so that the carpet cleaner can get to the carpet, and then everything on that wall needs to go somewhere else. Also, we need to work in here, but the door is closed and I'm not going to open it because I don't want to know what it looks like in there. And then of course the whole thing needs to be vacuumed. But all of that is on the list for Auburn for later. Not for Auburn, for right this moment. It's now afternoon. Time has passed. I have put in a little legwork on trying to find a practicum site for my school, my certificate program that I'm going to school for. And I put the living room, well, I put the inside of the house back together because when we run the robot vacuum and when we mop, we like put all the chairs up on everything, and you know, I put everything back. So also kind of have to prepare everyone in the house for the carpet cleaner coming tomorrow because, like I said, I think earlier, we need a vacuum. I'm not gonna do everyone's room, so everybody else has to kind of put in a little bit of effort. So having those discussions takes a little time. And since everybody works from home now, we have to figure out where everybody's gonna work tomorrow. Fortunately, Thomas and Emma don't work until later in the afternoon, and Mom doesn't have carpet in her bedroom, she just has it in her closet. So it's not gonna impede Mom, and then Anthony or Thomas and Emma should be able to have a place to work, even if like one of them works at this table or the table over there. We'll figure it out, it'll be okay. Did you wanna come in? No. So I think I'm finally ready to tackle the living room. So this is the space I'll be tackling today. I know it doesn't look like it's so bad, but you'll get to see in that video specifically what I'm planning on doing in this room, and I will show you some of the nastiness up close, but I'm not going to do that here. Did you change your mind? Also, I just cleaned these windows. They're already filthy. Are you serious? It's so annoying. I have also had lunch, kind of. I had cheese and bread, and I feel better. So I'm gonna make myself a drink, like a fun drink, like a strawberry lemonade or something. I think sounds really good. Just because having a fun drink, I think usually keeps me a little more motivated than not. And then I'm gonna pull my camera out, like the actual camera, because I'm vlogging on my phone right now. But I'm ready to get started cleaning the living room. So I will chat with you guys later when the living room is done. But I anticipate that will take me a couple of hours at least. So bye for now. 5:45, and I am defrosting some shrimp because I just finished cleaning the living room, and I had hoped that I would be done before now, but I wasn't. I need to make dinner. I was gonna do a HelloFresh meal, but Emma is going to make those. Emma is working on her cooking skills, and she tried a couple of recipes that she found online, and they didn't turn out very well, so I suggested that we like restart the HelloFresh meal kits, and she could learn to cook, you know, better through using those. And so we've done it a couple weeks now, and it's actually going pretty well. So we have 2 HelloFresh meals that were delivered Friday, because that's our delivery date. But tonight we have leftover fettuccine Alfredo from this weekend, and I'm gonna make some shrimp. So we're gonna have shrimp fettuccine alfredo, and we're gonna do like carrot fries because that's the only vegetable that we have. So that is the dinner plan, but I need to defrost the shrimp first because I just got it out of the freezer. So the way I do this is I put it in a colander. Can you see that? I put it in a colander and I run cold water over it. You don't want to cook it, you just want to kind of defrost it. So I'm just running cold water over the shrimp for a few minutes until the clumps kind of come apart, and then we'll go ahead and get it started on the stove. All right, if you're curious how I cut these into fries, I cut the end off the carrot. And then since this one's kind of a shorter guy, when you compare him to this guy I'm only gonna cut in half lengthwise, and then this carrot I will cut in half like that. And then depending on how thick it is, I will cut it into somewhere between 2 and 4 pieces. So I'm just gonna do thirds. And now I have what look like carrot fries.
We've moved nutcrackers and machining out of the closet so the carpet is free.
Mom and Anthony are preparing Mom's closet for the carpet cleaners. Mom just had Anthony help her move a bunch of stuff out of her closet. I still need to vacuum, but we can do that later tonight. So the carrot fries are in the toaster oven. We're gonna air fry them at 425 for about 15 minutes. That's the air fryer getting up to temperature. Anthony just grated a bunch of garlic, and I have some lemon zest that was in the freezer. This is what we're gonna cook the shrimp in. So we've got lemon zest. I would say it's maybe 2 tablespoons, maybe 1 tablespoon. And then we just did a bunch of garlic because we really like garlic. So I'm gonna put these in a large skillet on the stovetop, really low temperature, and we are just going to very, very, very slowly bring the shrimp to like a pink color. We're not trying to sear it, not trying to cook them very fast, because I don't think that shrimp that cooks really, really fast tastes very good. I think the slower you cook it, I think the better it tastes because it's more tender.
I can see that.
So I've got like an enormous skillet on like low heat. So we're gonna add the garlic and the lemon zest and the shrimp. And I'll show you that, so hold please. So here's the big skillet with the lemon zest and the garlic. I'm going to stir this in with the oil that I've added to the skillet. It's just like a vegetable oil. Because I do want to kind of get this, like the garlic especially, cooked just a little bit so it's not so raw and sharp. And then I'm going to have Anthony bring the shrimp over here when he's done washing his hands. So the shrimp is fully defrosted. We've let it sit in the sink and kind of drip dry, just because we don't want it to splatter when we add it to the heat. But you can go ahead and add the shrimp. Like that. And I'm gonna stir this to try to coat the shrimp in the garlic and the lemon zest. And then we're just gonna very slowly cook this until it's done. And you can tell shrimp is done when it is pink. Right now it's kind of a gray color. That means it's raw. You don't want to eat shrimp like this. So we're just gonna very, very, very slowly bring this up to temperature. And as we're doing that, I say up to temperature, bring this up to like a cooked temperature. And as we're doing that, as this is happening, we will very slowly reheat the fettuccine alfredo leftovers. Speaking of the fettuccine alfredo leftovers, these are they, and we've got some like penne pasta and then the fettuccine. So we've got two different types of noodles because Mom prefers the penne and I prefer the fettuccine. I don't know why, this is like my least favorite noodle shape ever. I have a rational rage when it comes to penne and rigatoni noodles. I don't like them. Anyway, my tip for reheating fettuccine alfredo leftovers, and whether it's from the store or homemade, is extremely low and very slow, and add milk, because I think milk helps to re-emulsify the sauce, because sometimes, especially if you cook it or reheat it too hot, the butter separates out of it, and that's just kind of yucky, because then you've got this like slime of butter fat sitting on top of your leftovers, and that's just not appetizing at all. So if you do it really, really low and slow, and then if you add a little milk, it'll re-emulsify. So that's my tip. I also like to do this on the stovetop. But you can do it in the microwave, but I think it's easier. I think it's a lot easier to control the temperature of your food on the stove. So that's how I'll be doing this. And we're just gonna mix it all together. I don't care about the noodle type tonight. We're just trying to make this stretch for at least 3, preferably 4 meals, but we are gonna have lots and lots of shrimp. All right, here's how our shrimp is looking. It's mostly pink, but there's still some gray in here, so we're gonna let this keep going. But do you see how low it is? Like, we're very low. I'm using the biggest burner because it's the biggest skillet. If I wanted to slow it down even more, I could have used a smaller burner. But I'm okay with how we're doing. We've got about 6 minutes left on the toaster oven for the carrots. I put the fettuccine alfredo in a pot, and this is on 4. So we're gonna let this heat up. I'm gonna put a lid on it and try to heat it up more evenly, because I think if you put a lid on, it'll heat up from the top and the bottom. So we're gonna try to heat that up. And when the shrimp is done, we're gonna go ahead and take it off the heat, because I don't want it to continue to cook. But I'm not gonna take it out of the skillet just because I don't want to get another dish dirty, and it will keep the shrimp warm, but I don't want it to overcook, because overcooked shrimp to me, just not appetizing at all. The carrots have just finished. I turned the toaster oven off. The fan runs to kind of cool the machine down, but I'm gonna let them sit in there until the fettuccine is ready. The shrimp is done. I'm letting them sit on the stove with the temperature turned off. And then we have the fettuccine, which I did add some milk to, and gave it a stir. And here's where we are now. The fettuccine noodles are taking a while to break down, but you can see that adding the milk is kind of keeping it homogeneous, the sauce. But the fettuccine noodles are taking a little while to break apart because there's, a big clump in the middle. If you want to avoid that and kind of speed up the process, just give it a little nuke in the microwave for, a short blast in the microwave, and then you can put it on the stove and add the milk. But that'll kind of give you a head start for this. But look how silky and beautiful that sauce is. Just adding a little milk to it, low heat. Honestly, since it's bubbling, I think it's a little bit too hot. I might go ahead and turn it off completely because the pot is hot enough. So I think we're there. So now we need to get some bowls out so we can dish everybody up some noodles and some shrimp. Yum. All right, here's what my bowl looks like. I don't have any carrots in here because I'm gonna go back for them after I eat this. But I put salt and pepper on my fettuccine alfredo and my shrimp. It sure smells good. Yummy, yummy, yummy. It only took all evening. It's 10:30.
Is it 10:30?
It's 10:28 p.m. But the vacuuming is done. We've moved all the things. Now we need to go into the room and move all the things off of the bed so that we can sleep in it tonight.
And then we can put it all up again in the morning.
Exactly.
My favorite part.
Will you get the lights?
Yeah.
Thanks. I guess there's really not a whole lot we have to move off the bed. There's a laundry hamper and a chair.
Yeah. That's not too bad.
No, it's really not. Also, I'm realizing we didn't tell you guys about the snake.
It's a snake.
So
Pictures.
we had, yeah, I'll have to put some pictures in because I didn't get any video because my phone was upstairs and we were trapped outside because there was a snake. So we have two vacuums. We have the robot. Nope. Let's not go there. We have two vacuums that we run. We have the shark vacuum and we have the rainbow vacuum. The rainbow vacuum has like a water tank that collects all the dirt. And so I took it outside to dump it. And when we were going back in, you know, because we live in the house, there was a snake in like the slider part of the slider door.
Yeah, the tray at the bottom.
The gutter, whatever the bottom part that the slider sits in. There was a snake in there and we didn't know what kind of snake it was. And I'm not like super afraid of snakes, but I know that Florida has snakes that
can be venomous.
Yeah, and this guy was colorful. Now, I'm not gonna freak out at like a black garden snake. I know those are, I hate to say harmless, but like
they're not super dangerous.
Well, and yeah, I'm not gonna freak out at a little garden snake. This guy was not very big, but he was very colorful. And I know that sometimes the more colorful, the more dangerous. So when he was colorful and kind of pretty, I was like, oh, okay, let's be cautious because I don't have health insurance right now. So I went over and I tapped on Mom's window and I was like, hey, can you help us? She was like, are you trapped outside? No, there's literally a snake between us and the inside of the house. So can you come help us with this snake? So Mom came out and very carefully picked him up, you know, basically by the scruff of his neck, but like pinched him around the head.
So we can turn around and...
He was fortunately a red corn snake, so not venomous.
Yeah.
So we didn't need to be fearful, but I still don't want to be bit by a snake.
No.
And
I was trying to remember, they taught us like a rhyme about the yellow and black and yellow, and I couldn't remember it. But also he wasn't striped, so it doesn't actually work. I realized looking at the pictures, that's for the striped ones, not for the ones that have the circle patterns. So I didn't have a rhyme for that one, actually.
I didn't grow up here, so I don't know. So I just am very cautious about Florida wildlife, especially the reptiles.
Yeah.
So anyway, there was a snake. We got to see a snake. The cat did not get to see the snake.
No, and she would have loved him. He would have been her new toy.
Maleficent loves snakes and frogs and bunnies.
She didn't come downstairs till she heard we were back inside and we were talking inside the building, and then she went, oh.
She heard us talking about the snake, and she was like, I need to see this for myself.
She came down, she goes,
where is it?
Oh.
And it wasn't there, and she was like, you guys lied to me. Not really.
And now she wants food.
So, yeah, the cat wants food. I want to go to bed because I got like less than 5 hours of sleep last night.
We were up till like 1:30 in the morning. We could not fall asleep.
No, we couldn't. It was so weird.
We just had some Reddit stories playing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm sleepy, but I can't fall asleep.
Yeah, I was so tired, but I couldn't sleep. Couldn't get to sleep.
Because if we had energy, we would just got up and
we would have
watched a
vacuumed
movie,
in the middle of the night
cleaned.
last night. We could have gotten this room ready. Could have got the loft ready, but nope. Saved that for today. Anyway, it was kind of a mildly productive day for me. I had some time where I did a whole lot of nothing, and I had some time where I did a whole lot of stuff.
You definitely destroyed the
living room?
grime that was in the living room.
The living room is so much cleaner.
It's spotless.
And that feels so good. And the house is ready for the carpet cleaner to come.
I guess technically almost all the floors got cleaned today.
Is today Monday?
Yeah.
You mopped today?
I mopped today.
Gosh, it's been a really long
We
day.
vacuumed all the carpet. The only things that weren't cleaned was the
bathroom floors.
tiles in the bathrooms. Not tiles, but whatever it is.
The tiles.
The tiles.
Anyway. So this has been a daily vlog. A day in my life when I'm trying to do some spring cleaning. Thank you so much for watching. You guys will see us in another video really soon. Bye.
Bye.